Good afternoon, everyone out in internet land, YouTube land, YouTubers. Welcome to this edition of, I can't say Friday Night Live because it's not nighttime. So just welcome to this edition of Friday Live. How about that? Glasses are dirty. So how have you guys, how's your week been? You know, how have things been with you? Sorry about that. How have things been with you? How are you guys doing now that people are back to work and that everything is back open? The city's back open and the quarantine is apparently over. Although it seems like COVID-19 is not over because the numbers are increasing. For that reason, actually, I was intending to go back into the office on Monday, and I will be. I'll be in the office on Monday and Tuesday. However, the following week, I probably will not. I think I'm going to change my plans of going back to the office because it's just not worth the risk. So, today we are going to be talking about primarily conflict resolution. Answering your questions today on conflict resolution, and also hopefully you'll get a chance to get the mini course that I released on yesterday on conflict resolution. It's called Rules of Engagement, and that's why I named this video this. Rules of Engagement, I got that from first of all, one of my favorite movies back in the day with Samuel Jackson, and the name of the movie is Rules of Engagement. And before that movie, I actually did not know that there were, because I'm not military, I didn't know that there were rules that you had to abide by when you are engaged in war or attacking your enemy or whatever the case. And so I named the mini course Rules of Engagement because although you're going to engage in conflict with your partner, I'm gonna put my keyboard to the side for a little bit. Although you're going to engage in conflict with your partner, there needs to be rules that you follow so that you guys don't harm each other. You're gonna hurt each other, but you don't want to do harm. Okay, hurt and harm are not the same thing. The difference would be, in case some of you are wondering, I always use the example of like when you eat candy, eat a lot of candy and you get cavities and then have to go to the dentist. When you were eating the candy that caused the cavities, it did not hurt, but it did harm you. Okay, and then when you go to the dentist to get the cavities filled, the dentist is going to hurt you, but the dentist is not harming you, the dentist is helping you. And so that's the difference between hurt and harm. Hurt can be comforted, but harm has to be healed. And you don't want to do harm in your relationship when you guys are engaged in conflict. Why? Now, conflict is inevitable. You cannot be successful at human relationships and not have any conflict. If you don't have conflict in your relationship, it's probably a sign that you guys aren't close enough or somebody's lying. All right? Somebody's not being transparent. Somebody's not being authentic. But when you have flawed beings in relationship with each other, there's going to be conflict. There's conflict between me and God at times. So if he's perfect and I'm not, and there's conflict, for sure there's going to be conflict between imperfect, human beings. And so since you cannot avoid conflict, the thing that you need to know how to do is to resolve it. Resolving conflict is not the same as moving past it. Or should I say, resolving conflict is more than just moving past it. Sometimes we move past an issue, but it's not resolved. How do you know that it's not resolved? Because unity was never restored. The goal of conflict resolution is to restore unity or harmony, right? That's the goal of conflict resolution. The goal of conflict resolution is not to be understood. That's not your goal. Your goal is to understand your partner. even if they're the one that hurt you. You want to understand why you're hurting the person that you say you love. But when you come to the conflict table with a mindset of, I need to understand, you approach it differently than you do when you come with the mindset of, I need to show you that I'm right, or I need to let you know how you hurt me, right? I need to make sure that you know that you can't do this to me anymore, or else. And I'm not saying that that won't be conveyed in the resolving of the conflict, but I'm saying that can't be your goal, your purpose. Okay. So in this mini course, there are 6 videos, 6 instructional videos. I'll walk you through from what is conflict resolution to why it's important, and then the steps in doing it, how to have difficult conversations, how to apologize, how to do the repair, how to not be defensive, how to validate, right? All of that's in there. And I believe it'd be really helpful for you to get. And there is the cost of the course is $79, but there's a coupon that you could use. If you go to get the course and when you get ready to check out and you put in, what did I make the coupon? I forgot. Let's look and see, because I literally just did it a few minutes ago. So the coupon is CR30 gift, the number 3, the number 0 gift. And what I'll do is I'll try to add it to this video. I should have put it in the video description before I started, but I'll try to add it to the video description after the fact. But it is, let's see. That was funny. I'll put it in the description after this, so that you guys can have access to that. So anyway, it's $30 off, so it's actually $49. You end up paying $49 instead of $79, which I believe is a steal. When you may not know it up front, but once you get this information and you start digesting it, you're going to be amazed that it's only $49. I'm telling you, that is. I believe that's going to be your response. So anyway, I'm open for questions. I don't really have a lesson or anything to teach today. We did not do a webinar this week. I wanted to take a little break. And we'll be back at it next week talking about not conflict, but communication. We'll be talking about communication next week. So if you guys have any questions for me today, let's get to it. You know, I'm here to serve you today. That is my goal. But even if by chance I forget to update the description with the link, just go to the website, cliftonbrantley.com. When you scroll down to the bottom, you'll see the mini course there and the things that you can purchase. And then you just put that code in, the letter C, the letter R, the number 3, the number 0, OFF. That stands for conflict resolution 30 off. But you type CR30 off, and that'll give you $30 off the $79, and you pay that $49. So what do you guys have for me today? I really would like to get into some of the conflict, the things that I really want to answer the questions, the things that really have you guys stuck, right? When you're in the midst of conflict, what has you spinning on the merry-go-round? What kind of things it's difficult for you to resolve? When you come to the conflict table, and I call it the conflict table, basically when you're having conflict. But when you come to it, if you have a mindset of, like I say, trying to prove your point or trying to prove that you're right, you're more than likely going to injure your partner because you're coming from a place of pride, right? Coming from a place of pride as opposed to a place of love. And as always, the things that I share with you, it's going to be difficult to implement them if your heart is not right. And by your heart being right, we talked about in the love series how there's a certain healing that you need to happen and a certain understanding of love that you need to have before you try to implement these things, because trying to have changed behavior without a changed heart, it's not going to last. It's not going to last at all. And you're just going to frustrate yourself and your partner. So That's what that is. I would like to sorry, I got stuck between thoughts. I was thinking about how one thing that people don't realize often is your relationship with God is heavily impacted by your relationship with others. Most people don't realize that the whole Bible is really a relationship book, right? And you can't be super spiritual and suck at relationships. So, folk who give a lot of money and go to church every Sunday, but then they mistreat their wife or they mistreat their husband, they are not right with God. When I say right with God, I'm meaning they're not in agreement with God's law of love. There's a law of love. And it's not a law like if you break it, you get punished. It's more like the law of gravity, where, if you try to break the law of gravity, you don't get punished, but there are consequences, right? You jump off a building trying to break the law of gravity, you're going to hurt yourself. In the same way, when you break the law of love that God has established for the universe, you injure yourself. You injure your partner. We humans cannot survive without, let me put it this way, we can't survive outside the law of love. So I am going to stay on a few more minutes, and then I'm gonna call it a day. So I'm really here just to help you guys do life better and do love better. But I did not have anything pre-planned. And here's the thing. Let me share this with you too. So the here's how I define conflict resolution. It is moving from conflict to connection. Real simple. When we know that something is resolved, when unity is restored and we are connected again, right? In the course, I talk about an apology, how to do an apology, what it means, when to offer it. Sometimes people don't even know when to offer an apology, when to say I'm sorry. And so I talk about that in the course. So that's my definition for love, and I mean, not for love, for conflict, to move from conflict to connection. And then, like I said, the goal of conflict resolution is to restore unity, right? And to understand your partner. So when you do conflict resolution effectively, the other side of that is growth. Your relationship goes deeper and you get better. Conflict is the test of your love. Anybody can show love when we're good. Anybody can show love when we are on the same page. But how do you respond to your partner when you guys don't agree? When they've gotten on your reserve nerve, like the last nerve that you have left for you, they find a way to get on that one. How do you respond then? That's when real love kicks in, and that's when conflict will test your love to let you know if it's authentic or not. Some people get married and they've never tested the love through difficulty, or the love failed the difficulty test and they get married anyway. You get a lot of those people coming into my office, and I have to try to help them fix what they should have addressed before they said I do. So, but anyway, I appreciate you guys for, joining in. I don't want to just be on here just to be talking. And my goal is to help you. So, I will, let you guys have the rest of your Friday. Now, if when I get off, you remember, oh, wait, I had a question, just email it to me. Email me at Clifton at cliftonbrantley.com, or info@cliftonbrantley.com, or Clifton at abetterfamilynow.com, which, by the way, let me say, if you are in need of a therapist, We are accepting new clients. Like I said before, I am still doing telehealth via video, but it's just as effective as being face to face. I previously did not think that telehealth was something that I would be into. But what I found is it is just as effective because it's my same brain, my same insight, my same voice, my same everything. The only difference is I don't have my whiteboard behind me, but I could easily bring in a whiteboard if I needed one. But my point is, therapy is just as effective, and really it's more convenient for you because you don't have to try to race to the Pearland Town Center where the office is and, fight through that. So if you are in need of a therapist, we are accepting new clients. If you're in need of a coach, maybe you've done the therapy piece and now you just need a coach to kind of help you implement what you've learned, then I can do that as well. Okay? Outside of that, you guys enjoy your Friday. And as always, thank you for allowing me to speak into your life. And you guys be safe. Like I said, I know they've opened up everything, but I'm just not convinced that it's safe out there. It's safe out there, so be careful. And pray for the family of Mr. Floyd, who was killed by the police officer in Minnesota. Not only for the family, and I know I'll probably get some hate mail. I'm not gonna get no hate. Really? Somebody gonna hate on you? No. Pray for the officers too. Why? Because they're human and obviously blinded. And even when we do egregious things, when we are wrong, we're still human. And now there's a whole heap of, how would you feel? How would you feel if the whole world turned against you? I don't care if you are guilty or not. How would you feel if the whole world turned against you? My point is this. I'm saying pray for everybody connected to the situation, because there has to be healing, right? There has to be healing. At some point, it probably won't happen, but at some point, America does need to get the message that Black lives do matter. And we say that because in America, it seems like that's not the case. But we're human too. We're regular humans. We've done a lot for this country, right? And I'm not gonna stay on this too long because this is not my area of expertise. I'll be honest with you. I'm an expert at being Black. I've been that for 47 years, so I'm an expert at that. But I'll be honest with you, social issues, I'm not. I typically fund the movement. I'm not on the front lines. I'm not ashamed to admit that. Like, everybody has their part. My goal is helping you have better relationships so that you can raise better children and kind of combat some of this stuff, that way. But ultimately, my thing is trying to help you do love and life better. Right, but my point is, I want you pray for everybody in that situation, because it's the country is in an upheaval again, as if we've ever not been. Right, I heard somebody say, I think it was Toby Nwigwe, who said that racism isn't new, or it's not on the rise. It's just being filmed, right? And I think I agree with that. Right, it's not that it's more prevalent. It's just we just see it more, which is a good thing, because the only way to really address it is to be made aware of it. Now, how long the change is going to take, who knows? But I do know it is a real concern. While I've always been a law-abiding citizen, what's been proven is that doesn't matter. You still can be killed by the police or militant, type people, militia, whatever. So anyway, enough of that. Enough on that particular topic. I just want to share that with you. So you guys stay safe and have a great weekend.